Remember the guy who used to tell all of us to invest in Bitcoin back in the early 2010s? Well, that guy was absolutely right. Bitcoin has crossed the $60,000 mark, and there are multiple reasons why the price of Bitcoin is increasing continuously. One of those reasons is a guy named Nayib Bukele. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and in today's video, I'm going to tell you how Nayib has endorsed Bitcoin as a legal tender. Moreover, I will also talk about the potential impact of this move on economies worldwide, so make sure to watch this video until the end. First of all, who is this guy? Well, Nayib is the president of El Salvador. He has been serving since June 1st, 2019, and was re-elected during this year's election. He is known for maintaining high approval ratings of about 90% among his people. Well, that's a good thing to know. And he has also introduced several bills during his tenure, one of which is about Bitcoin. So, let's talk about that bill. Adoption of Bitcoin. You see, Bukele revealed his plan on June 5th, 2021. He presented a bill to the Legislative Assembly, which aimed to make Bitcoin an official legal tender in the country. Obviously, the bill got a lot of attention, and it was approved by June 8th. Now, I must say that this was a bold move that would really impact the economy of El Salvador. The legislation's effective date was set for September 7, 2021. The move sparked discussions worldwide, and obviously the country had to face challenges. By June 17, 2021, the World Bank had announced that it had declined the country's request to assist in implementing the bill. The World Bank said that they were concerned about the transparency and the environmental impact of Bitcoin mining. However, despite this setback, private sector involvement in this event helped to advance El Salvador's Bitcoin agenda. A company named Athena Bitcoin jumped in and decided to invest $1 million. The mission was to install 1,500 crypto ATMs across the country. These ATMs would facilitate the exchange of US dollars for Bitcoin and vice versa, which means accessibility and convenience for users. On September 6, 2021, Bukele again made headlines by revealing that the Salvadoran government had purchased its first 400 Bitcoins. This move was followed by the implementation of the Bitcoin law the next day, officially recognizing Bitcoin as a legal tender in El Salvador. In my opinion, this historic decision made El Salvador the pioneer in embracing digital currency as a legitimate form of payment. However, the excitement was short-lived as Bitcoin's value experienced a sharp decline, plummeting from $52,000 to under $43,000 in a single day. This sudden crash raised concerns and caused uncertainties about the viability of the new digital currency. Moreover, popular platforms like Apple and Huawei initially refrained from supporting the Salvadoran government's official digital wallet, known as Chivo. And at the same time, overwhelmed internet servers struggled to handle the influx of user registrations. The swift adoption of Bitcoin also faced opposition within the country, with around 1,000 protesters taking to the streets of San Salvador to voice their discontent with the government's decision. In November 2021, Bukele announced ambitious plans to establish Bitcoin City in La Union, leveraging geothermal energy from the Conchagua volcano to power Bitcoin mining operations. This project aimed to position El Salvador at the forefront of the cryptocurrency revolution. However, by January 2022, the reality of Bitcoin's volatility began to emerge. The price of Bitcoin had plummeted by 45% since November, resulting in significant losses for the national treasury. The loss is estimated at up to $22 million. Consequently, El Salvador's bonds experienced a decline in value. As a result, the IMF suspended loan negotiations with the government, urging El Salvador to reconsider its stance on Bitcoin due to its unpredictable nature and lack of transparency. Economists, including Steve Hanke, warned that El Salvador's decision to embrace Bitcoin as legal tender had severely impacted its financial stability, labeling it as a folly. By June 2022, the Salvadoran government reported losses amounting to $56 million in Bitcoin holdings. And in order to make the situation better, Bukele announced on July 27, 2022, that the Salvadoran government would repurchase $560 million worth of debt bonds. This move aimed to reassure investors and mitigate the risk of default. Despite these challenges, there were signs of hope by December 2023 when El Salvador's Bitcoin reserves managed to recoup their initial investment. And today, we know that Bitcoin has reached a value of over $60,000. Now, you might be wondering why Nayib Bukele wanted to adopt Bitcoin as a legal tender. Well, Bukele's bold choice to adopt Bitcoin comes from a deep-rooted ambition to tackle issues confronting El Salvador head-on. By integrating Bitcoin into the country's financial framework, the goal was to simplify the process of remittances, broaden access to financial services for the underprivileged, and propel El Salvador into the forefront of the digital economy. I have already told you that this move was met with skepticism initially, and El Salvador had to face obstacles such as resistance from global financial entities and the subsequent downgrade of the country's bonds. However, we must agree that El Salvador has demonstrated determination and commitment to embracing this innovative approach. So what was the effect of this Bitcoin revolution? The adoption of Bitcoin in El Salvador has resulted in a series of notable advancements and economic growth within the country. One significant area of progress is seen in tourism and infrastructure development. With the acceptance of Bitcoin, El Salvador has witnessed a surge in tourism activities and real estate transactions, accompanied by substantial enhancements in infrastructure. These improvements have bolstered the nation's global allure and provided a boost to its economy. Furthermore, the introduction of laws pertaining to digital assets and the implementation of favorable tax policies have attracted tech companies to invest in El Salvador. In fact, Google has established some of its cloud services in the country. Now, this indicates a growing interest from major players in the technology sector. And to ensure sustainable practices in Bitcoin mining, El Salvador has made strides in investing in renewable energy sources. Initiatives such as volcano energy show us that the nation is committed to environmentally conscious approaches within the digital currency space. The evolution of the financial sector has also been notable, with major cryptocurrency exchanges showing interest in El Salvador. This trend highlights the country's increasing influence in the global financial landscape. Beyond economic growth, the impact of Bitcoin adoption extends to national security and social well-being. For example, there has been a remarkable reduction in crime rates, which has resulted in heightened public safety and an overall improvement in the quality of life for Salvadorans. Well, these positive changes have contributed to President Bukele's strong approval ratings. You might also want to note that El Salvador is committed to digitally literate its people. Well, the country has invested in several Bitcoin education initiatives. There are programs like My First Bitcoin and the Cubo Plus program that, in my opinion, play a pivotal role in equipping the younger generation with the necessary skills and knowledge to navigate the evolving landscape of finance. By providing educational opportunities focused on Bitcoin and blockchain technology, these initiatives ensure that El Salvador remains at the forefront of the digital revolution. Simply put, these educational projects not only empower people with valuable insights into emerging technologies, but also contribute to the nation's overall socio-economic development. By preparing a new generation of digital-savvy individuals, El Salvador is setting the stage for continued growth and prosperity in an increasingly interconnected and technology-driven world. So what do you think about this Bitcoin revolution in El Salvador? Don't forget to share your thoughts and subscribe to my channel for more interesting videos. Until next time, take care.